In the bustling heart of Lagos, Nigeria, there lived a beautiful girl named Nkechi. With radiant skin that glowed like polished mahogany and hair that cascaded down her back in dark waves, she was the envy of many. Nkechi's beauty, however, was matched only by her pride. Since her early days at the university, she had been showered with affection and admiration from suitors who flocked around her like moths to a flame. She effortlessly turned heads wherever she went, earning the title of the Queen of the Campus. Throughout her college years, she was approached by the most eligible bachelors, rich sons of prominent families, ambitious young men with bright futures, and charming suitors who brought gifts and extravagant dates. Yet, Nkechi had one rule: she would only marry a man who could match her beauty and status, someone who would elevate her in the eyes of society. She rejected offers left and right, dismissing them with a flick of her wrist and a haughty smile. After graduating, Nkechi landed a high-paying job at a prestigious marketing firm in Victoria Island. Her office became another arena where she flaunted her beauty and charisma. Despite the attention she received from her male colleagues, she continued to hold her lofty standards. "They must prove themselves worthy of my love," she often declared to her friends, who began to worry about her arrogance. One day, as fate would have it, Nkechi encountered a man named Chijioke while on her lunch break at a local eatery. He was a humble man, a mechanic who repaired cars not far from her office. Chijioke's clothes were worn, and his hands were calloused from labor, but he possessed a charm that intrigued Nkechi. He made her laugh, not with grand gestures, but with simple, witty remarks that brought a smile to her face. Though she found him amusing, she quickly dismissed any thoughts of romance, convinced he was not worthy of her attention. However, Chijioke was persistent. He would often wait for her outside the eatery, engaging her in conversation. Over time, his earnestness began to chip away at her icy demeanor. She found herself drawn to his genuine spirit and the way he treated everyone with respect, regardless of their status. Despite her initial resistance, Nkechi began to see Chijioke in a different light. It was a gradual shift, but she eventually found herself intrigued by the man she once deemed unworthy. As they spent more time together, Nkechi learned about Chijioke's dreams. He had ambitions of starting his own auto repair business and had been saving every naira he could. She admired his determination but struggled with her feelings. Would her friends approve of a man with so little? Despite her hesitation, she allowed herself to be swept away by the simplicity of his affection. In time, she fell in love with him, or so she thought. After months of courting, Chijioke proposed to Nkechi in a sweet, unassuming manner, presenting her with a modest ring he had bought with his savings. "I may not have wealth, but I promise to love you fiercely," he said, his eyes sparkling with sincerity. Caught off guard, Nkechi accepted, blinded by love and the romantic notion of their humble beginnings. However, she did so with the hidden belief that she would change him and help him succeed, dragging him into the upper echelons of society alongside her. Their wedding was a simple affair, attended by close friends and family. As the days turned into weeks, the harsh reality of her decision began to sink in. Nkechi was accustomed to luxury, and Chijioke's financial struggles soon became evident. They lived in a modest apartment, and their resources were limited. Nkechi often found herself daydreaming about the lavish life she had turned her back on, reminiscing about the suitors who had courted her with expensive gifts and extravagant dinners. As the couple navigated through life's challenges, Nkechi's pride turned into bitterness. She frequently compared Chijioke to her former suitors, regretting her choices. Chijioke, unaware of her growing discontent, worked tirelessly to provide for their little family, hoping to make her proud. He loved her deeply and had always believed that love transcended material wealth. However, Nkechi's dissatisfaction was palpable, and their once happy home began to feel suffocating. Realizing her mistake too late, Nkechi's heart sank as she understood that true wealth was not measured by money or status but by the richness of love and the depth of companionship. In her pursuit of pride and status, she had overlooked the genuine affection and loyalty that Chijioke offered. As the sun set on their modest home, Nkechi knew she needed to confront her pride and seek forgiveness, not just from Chijioke but from herself for letting societal expectations dictate her heart's desires. With a newfound understanding, Nkechi set out to repair the damage she had done, determined to build a life with Chijioke based on love and mutual respect. It was a hard journey, but as they faced the trials together, Nkechi realized that true beauty lay not in pride but in vulnerability and connection. She had discovered that sometimes, the heart knows better than the mind, and in accepting her flaws, she found a love deeper than she had ever imagined. As days turned into months, Nkechi began to chip away at her pride. She made efforts to appreciate Chijioke's hard work and found joy in the simple moments they shared, whether it was cooking dinner together or laughing over a shared joke. Yet, a shadow loomed over their relationship that Nkechi was unaware of. Chijioke had been harboring a secret that would soon change everything. Chijioke was not the humble mechanic he had portrayed himself to be. He was, in fact, the son of Chief Ease, the wealthiest man in Lagos, a magnate in the automobile industry. However, he had chosen to live a life of anonymity, pretending to be poor to escape the suffocating expectations of his father and the societal pressures that came with wealth. Chijioke wanted to be loved for who he was, not for his family's money. He had decided to create his own identity, independent of his father's status. The initial decision had been simple: to live modestly and pursue his dream of opening an auto repair business. He believed that by doing so, he could prove to himself and the world that he was capable of achieving success on his own terms. He had never anticipated falling for someone as proud and ambitious as Nkechi, nor did he foresee the challenges that would arise from keeping his secret. One fateful evening, as they sat together on their balcony watching the Lagos skyline light up with the setting sun, Chijioke noticed the weariness in Nkechi's eyes. She had been working tirelessly, trying to make ends meet, and he felt a pang of guilt for not revealing his true identity. "Nkechi, I've been thinking, maybe we should consider moving to a better place, somewhere that can give you the life you truly deserve," he suggested gently. Nkechi's eyes lit up momentarily, but the familiar shadow of doubt quickly returned. "And how do you propose we do that, Chijioke? You know how limited our finances are," she replied, a hint of frustration in her voice. Chijioke swallowed hard, the weight of his secret pressing down on him. "I'll figure it out," he promised, masking the turmoil within. That night, as he lay awake, Chijioke grappled with the truth he had concealed for so long. He knew he needed to tell Nkechi everything, but fear gripped him. What if she felt betrayed? What if she could no longer love him for who he was? The thought of losing her was unbearable, but he also understood that living a lie would only damage their relationship further. Days turned into weeks, and the pressure of keeping his secret grew heavier. Chijioke decided he could no longer hide the truth from the woman he loved. One rainy afternoon, as they sat in their cozy living room, he knew it was time. The sound of raindrops against the window created an intimate atmosphere, and he took a deep breath, summoning every ounce of courage. "Nkechi, there's something I need to tell you," he began, his heart racing. "I haven't been completely honest with you." She turned to him, concern etching her features. "What do you mean?" "I'm not who I've led you to believe I am," he confessed, his voice trembling. "I'm Chijioke Ease, the son of Chief Ease, the wealthiest man in Lagos." The room fell silent as the weight of his words hung in the air. Nkechi's expression shifted from confusion to disbelief. "What? Why would you hide that from me?" she asked, her voice rising. "I wanted you to love me for who I am, not for my family's name or wealth. I wanted to prove that I could succeed on my own," he explained, desperation creeping into his tone. Nkechi felt a whirlwind of emotions crash over her: betrayal, anger, and confusion. All the dreams she had built with Chijioke now felt tainted by deception. For days, Nkechi struggled to process this new reality. She felt foolish for having fallen for a man who had deceived her. Yet, deep down, she recognized the love that had blossomed between them, built on shared dreams and struggles. Chijioke had been genuine in his affections, even if his identity was a lie. In time, she realized that love is often complicated and intertwined with choices, mistakes, and lessons. In confronting her pride, she understood that Chijioke's wealth did not define their relationship, their bond did. With this new perspective, she decided to give him a chance to explain himself fully and, if possible, rebuild the trust that had been shaken. I need time to think, Chijioke, she finally said one evening, her tone softer but resolute. You've shown me love and devotion that I had never expected, and I need to reflect on what this means for us. Chijioke nodded, respect etched on his face. I understand. I will wait for you, Nkechi, no matter how long it takes. Over the next few weeks, they both took the time to reassess their relationship. Chijioke worked on his business plans, determined to make a name for himself that was separate from his father's legacy, while Nkechi delved into her feelings, contemplating what true love meant. In this journey of self-discovery, they found their paths intertwined once again, each learning that honesty and vulnerability are essential for love to thrive. In the end, Nkechi realized that true beauty lies in accepting flaws and imperfections, both in herself and in Chijioke. And as they faced the complexities of their relationship together, they began to forge a new future, one that embraced love, honesty, and the promise of dreams yet to be fulfilled. This story of Nkechi and Chijioke serves as a poignant reminder that true worth lies not in material wealth or societal status, but in love, honesty, and the connections we build with one another. Pride can cloud our judgment, leading us to overlook the genuine affection and loyalty that may be right in front of us. In accepting our flaws and the imperfections of those we love, we find that true beauty lies in vulnerability and authenticity. Life's most valuable lessons often emerge from the challenges we face, guiding us towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the love we seek. In the end, it is our choices, not our circumstances, that define our happiness and fulfillment. If you like this story, kindly like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'd like to hear from you. Drop a comment on what you think about this story. See you next time.